Aston Villa 1, Arsenal 3, and wow. You know what? Before the last 20 minutes of that game, I genuinely was thinking of coming on here and just absolutely saying nothing. I thought this would be a few minutes long. Because simply put, that's unacceptable. That was absolutely unacceptable today. I don't have a clue. I honestly don't have a clue. You're thinking Villa will get a reaction from Wolves last week. As I said, we haven't been beaten by them since 2019. Admittedly, Arsenal probably didn't give them as much credit as we should have. And look what goes and happens. I have no idea what happened. For 70 minutes, we were absolutely god-awful. In fact, for a whole 90, because we didn't do fuck all for the last 90. There is going to be swearing, so please watch yourself. That first off, absolute shambolic, though. I have no clue what's going on. I think completely all tonight, it's all on the manager. Arsenal's first goal tonight comes in from a corner. Aston Villa at this point haven't been defending great at all. We've made no attempt to even have a go at an attack. But Arsenal get a corner. It's brought in. And in classic Villa fashion, our idea is just to mark whoever we want. So McGinn's marking short people. Partey jumps up. McGinn's ducking down to try and block it rather than go for the ball. And he's able to get a header in. Thomas Partey scores his first goal for Arsenal. The second goal comes from a penalty. Now, I know I've seen people say on Twitter that it wasn't a penalty. They all think it's an outrageous decision. I think he's just missed Lacazette by a smidge. I don't think it's malicious. I don't think it's a massive load of intent. However, I do think it's a penalty. He's clearly swung the leg in. I think if anything, I think there's a smidge of contact. Do I think it's a penalty? Really? No. But I can understand why they've given it. And I think ultimately it's not a surprise at half-time. Aubameyang, he has it saved by Martinez. It's a really good save. But ultimately, Aubameyang is able to tap it in for 2-0. Martinez is crying on the ground. And it just sums it up. It sums up how I feel right now. I want to be genuinely crying. Third goal, McGinn being an absolute idiot. Gives the ball away from a crappy pass. Arsenal are able to break away. Ball's given into Smith Rowe. He slots it in near post. 3-0. And that's game's almost done after 2-0. But I don't understand this. As I said, it's completely Smith's fault tonight. It is completely Smith's fault tonight. Formation doesn't work. We've already said it last video. And this is what you get. It doesn't work. Tuanzebe, I love the guy, but he looked absolutely ropey tonight. And I don't understand what's happened with House. Mings didn't look great, although in the last 20 minutes he did pick it up a bit. I thought Konza was poor. Both of our wing backs having an absolute nightmare. And then in midfield, Buendia, I said this when we signed him. I think it's such a risky move to pay the money that we have. Quite frankly, I've seen nothing. I've seen absolutely nothing to warrant playing him. He's not a number 10. This got to stop. McGinn, absolutely god-awful. The best form I've been in years. Well, yeah, you played crap tonight. Douglas Luiz, I didn't think he did too bad. There's a lot of sloppy passes, and I think throwing the ball away was absolutely petulant. But apart from that, I didn't think he was massively terrible. And then let's look at the main thing up front, Ings and Watkins. It doesn't work. Watkins just doesn't look like he's playing with any confidence, and it's not a surprise. He doesn't look the same player last season. Ings, I admire the guy, and I think he's deserved a better move elsewhere. But ultimately, there's only so much running around he can do before you've got to say he's just being a number on the pitch. It's not working. The partnership is not working. There are two players that need to be the solo striker, that need to be the one number 9. We can't play two. Why are you switching from a 4-3-3 or a 4-5-1 that's really done well for you last season? Why have you thrown it all away just so, I can play Tuanzebe, so I can play Buendia, so I can play Ings? No! It doesn't work, and we showed it tonight. It was absolutely pathetic. You know what I mean? You can see it on Twitter. Take 5 away from the back. Take off Tuanzebe. Bring on a Bailey or a El Ghazi. You know what I mean? And just stick with 4 at the back. And that's what you get. You get poor defending, midfield non-existent, and having nothing to work with. So when our fullbacks and our defenders are trying to bring it forward, there's nowhere to go because Arsenal's midfielders over swarmed us. And then you've got Ings and Watkins just trying to do stuff, but they can't because there's nothing to work with. And it's got to be one of the worst games of football I've ever seen. I feel like this is going to be a recurring pattern this season. I said it at Watford. I thought the first half was absolutely dreadful there. I think the whole game today was done absolutely bugger all. It's still not as bad as Brentford 1-0 away in the Championship. I've got nothing to say because we genuinely did nothing. The last 20 minutes, Bailey came on at half-time. We went back to a 4-5-1, I think. Buendia's still playing as the number 10. Watkins at one, then left Buendia. Bailey on the right side and Diggs on the centre. It did look promising at first. Obviously, Arsenal got that breakaway goal. But positives. Jacob Ramsey. Originally, the guy that couldn't get dropped, looked really much better from last season. He comes on, gets his first goal for Aston Villa. He's absolutely deserved it. And it's a really bloody good goal. Where does it come from? From a bit of Bailey play. Yeah, so he's deserved that goal for a long time. He gets the goal, but it's just pointless consolation. Minutes later, Watkins has a very good chance to finish to bring it to 3-2. And you're thinking there's a very good possible chance here that Villa could salvage a draw somehow. He doesn't go in, and then ultimately Arsenal just really slow down the tempo of the game. Their substitutes come on, they really ties it out, and ultimately Villa come out of it with a loss. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be talking Smith out. It's really... I am not Smith out. I'm not just yet. You got to think. I've already said this though. Man U and Everton. Apart from that, where have we played good this season? You've spent all this money. We have lost John Terry and Richard Kelly, who might not have made a massive difference in what's happening. But you've got to wonder. Defensively, we're not looking that great. If performances are inconsistent, we're not looking like we're going to be winning games now all of a sudden. We haven't won a game since United, and for some reason, you win that game, your head goes delusional. As a manager, you can't see it's not working. Why is nothing changing? We all had that feeling we were coming into this game going to be playing the same team. And look what you get. It's a pathetic. Edens was there last week. So what would he be thinking? What will he be thinking now? And I've already said this. What happens now? Because West Ham, there is a not in God's hope chance we're going to win that game. I no doubt in my mind that no one's confident for that game. And you've got to think, what is going to happen there? What point do we start saying, or start getting said actually, Smith is not right for us. This is not going the way that we want it to go. What do we do? I'm very worried now. The expectations have changed. We're not getting top six. It's completely gone ages ago. It's just not happening. I just don't want to talk. I just don't want to talk about because there's just nothing to talk about. We'll probably make a separate video on this. Voice break. Absolute load of crap, load of bollocks, shit. And it's just pathetic. The players that don't deserve that loss. The fans don't deserve it. We don't deserve it. Something's got to change. You either change it next week, or I kid you not, it's going to turn. It will turn. We've seen it before happen with Bruce. It's going to turn. And there you go. Arsenal 3, Villa 1. Let us know what you thought in the comments down below. We're actually going to be at West Ham as well next week. I'm probably going to see us lose my first game live. Can't wait for that. But what can you do? What can you do? So we'll be back next week. Up the Villa, with the pride of Villa. We'll see you for next week, boys. But until then, fuck off. Hit the microphone.